Hello, all my Legacy Falcons. I hope last week was a good first week for you all. It's Mrs. Whited here, and I am so excited to see you guys again. For right now, we'll be meeting on video, and then once everybody can come to campus, we'll probably start seeing you eventually in person. So today, what I thought I would do for like third through fifth grade is read a little bit of a teaser because we have some of these Mr. Lemoncello's books in the library. So I thought I'd read the first couple chapters to just kind of give you guys a little clue and insight into what these stories are about. So then when you can begin checking books out, you could always try one of these. And of course, you can always use curbside pickup at the library here in Surprise, at any of our libraries, Maricopa County libraries. So this is kind of fun because these stories are about the things in books that come to life in Mr. Lemoncello's library. So we're going to start out with the very first book that's called Escape from Mr. Lemoncello's library, and it's by Grabenstein. So chapter 1. This is how Kyle Keeley got grounded for a week. First, he took a shortcut through his mother's favorite rose bush. Yes, the thorns hurt, but having crashed through the brambles and trampled a few petunias, he had a 5-second jump on his oldest brother, Mike. Both Kyle and his big brother knew exactly where to find what they needed to win the game. It was inside the house. Kyle had already found the pine cone to complete his outdoor round, and he was pretty sure Mike had snagged his yellow flower. Hey, it was June. Dandelions were everywhere. Give it up, Kyle, shouted Mike as the brothers dashed up the driveway. You don't stand a chance. Mike zoomed past Kyle and headed up the front door, wiping out Kyle's temporary lead. Of course he did. 17-year-old Mike Keeley was the jock of the family. He was the high school superstar. Football, basketball, baseball. If it had a ball, Mike Keeley was good at it. Kyle, who was 12, wasn't the star of anything. Kyle's older brother, Curtis, who was 15, was still trapped over in the neighbor's yard dealing with their dog. Curtis was the smartest Keeley, but for his outdoor round, he had pulled the always unfortunate your neighbor's dog toy card. Any dog card was basically the same as lose your turn. As for why the three Keeley brothers were running around their neighborhood on a Sunday afternoon like crazed lunatics grabbing all sorts of wacky stuff, well, it was all their mother's fault. She was the one who had suggested, if you boys are bored, go play a board game. So Kyle had gone down into the basement and dug up one of his all-time favorites, Mr. Lemoncello's indoor-outdoor scavenger hunt. It had been a huge hit for Mr. Lemoncello's, the master game maker. Kyle and his brothers had played it so much when they were younger. Mrs. Keeley wrote a letter to Mr. Lemoncello's company for a refresher pack of clue cards. The new cards listed all sorts of different bizarre stuff you needed to find, like an adult's droopy pair of underpants, one dirty dish, and a rotten banana peel. At the end of the game, the losers had to put everything back exactly where the items had been found. It was an official rule, printed inside the top of the box, and it made winning the game that much more important. While Chris was stranded next door trying to talk to the neighbor's Doberman, Twinkie, out of his favorite tug toy, Kyle and Mike were both searching for the same two items because for the final round, all the players were given the same riddle card. The day's riddle, even though it was a card that Kyle had never seen before, had been extra easy. Find 2 coins from 1982 that add up to 30 cents, and one of them cannot be a nickel. Duh! The answer was a quarter and a nickel because the riddle said only one of them couldn't be a nickel. So to win, Kyle had to find a 1982 quarter and a 1982 nickel. So easy. Their dad kept an apple cider jug filled with loose change down in the basement workshop. That's why Kyle and Mike were racing to get there first. Mike bolted through the front door, and Kyle grinned. He loved playing games against his big brothers. As the youngest, it was just about his only chance, the only chance that he ever got to beat them fair and square. Board games leveled the playing field. You needed a good roll of dice and a lucky draw of the cards and some smarts. But if things went your way and you gave it your all, anyone could win, especially today, since Mike had blown his lead by choosing the standard route down to the basement. He went through the front door to tear down the back of the house, bound down the steps, and then ran into their dad's workshop. Kyle, on the other hand, he took a shortcut. He hopped over a couple of boxy shrubs and kicked open the low-to-the-ground basement window. He heard something crackle when his tennis shoes hit the window pane. But he couldn't worry about it. He had to beat his big brother. He crawled through this narrow opening, dropped to the floor, and scrabbled over to the workbench where he found the jug, dumped out the coins, and started sifting through the sea of pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. Score! Kyle quickly uncovered a 1982 nickel. He tucked it into his shirt pocket and sent pennies, nickels, and dimes skidding across the floor as he concentrated on quarters. 2010, 2003, 1986. Come on, he muttered. The workshop door swung open. Oh no! Mike was surprised to see Kyle that had beaten him to the coin jar. Mike fell to his knees and started searching for his own coins just as Kyle shouted, "Got it!" and plucked a 1982 quarter out of the pile. Well, what about the nickel? Demanded Mike. Kyle pulled it out of his shirt pocket. You went through the window, said a voice from outside, and it was Curtis, kneeling in the flower bed. Yeah, said Kyle. I was going to do that. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. I can't believe you won, moaned Mike, who wasn't used to losing anything. Well, said Kyle, standing up and strutting a little, believe it. Because now you two losers have to put all of this junk back. I'm not taking this back to Twinkie, said Curtis. He held up a very slimy, knotted rope. Oh, yes you are, said Kyle, because you lost. Oh, sure, you thought about using the window. Kyle, mumbled Curtis, you might want to shut up. What? Come on, Curtis. Don't be such a sore loser. Just because I was the one who took the shortcut and kicked the window open. You did this, Kyle? And a new face appeared in the window. It was their dad's. Hey, 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 chuckled Mike behind Kyle's back. You broke the glass. Their father sounded very ticked off. Well, guess who's going to have to pay for this window to be replaced? And that's why Kyle Keeley had 50 cents deducted from his allowance for the rest of the year, and he was grounded for a week. So I'm going to stop right here. That was just chapter 1. And off to a pretty good start. It sounds like these boys are going to have a lot of fun. And so you're going to have to check this one out yourself to find out how do they escape from Mr. Lemoncello's library. So just like they started in the beginning of the game answering clues and finding like hidden treasures, that's kind of the direction the story goes. So I would encourage you to check this one out sometime and read it. And until then, I will talk to you guys again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.